agent described by his former boss as one of the best narcotics officers in the country. You know, I think a lot of folks are sort of shaking their heads. Why? Why go from being a great narcotics officer to doing this?
Maturity, logic, reason, and compassion would tell any logical, reasonable, and compassionate adult that it is unreasonable for 10 men to break into a house with semi-automatic weapons and raid gear and drag mommy and daddy to jail, orphaning the kids. It is against the law. It was made against the law in 1937 when Harry Anslinger testified before the Senate that marijuana needed to be made illegal because of its effects on the degenerate races. And I'll quote him when he said before the Senate that marijuana causes white women to seek relations with Negroes, and marijuana has been illegal ever since, and the debate is over. It's much safer than alcohol, and the harm we're causing on American citizens by placing them in prison and jail where they can be murdered, stabbed, or raped for such a harmless plant is a greater harm we're causing than if we would have just allowed them to smoke the pot.
Hero's already riled up about this next guest. You have to imagine a cop who advises dopers how to hide their stash. That's exactly what former narcotics police officer Barry Cooper is doing. He's produced a DVD called Never Get Busted Again. And former Officer Cooper joins me now from Dallas. So, first of all, is it selling? Let me just ask you the commercial question, Barry.
Oh, yes, sir. We've sold over 10,000 copies worldwide in the last 6 months with over 18 million hits on our website, nevergetbusted.com.
And why, and this is obviously this is the $64 question here, why does a cop advising criminals how to beat the law? Are you a renegade?
Oh, absolutely not.
A traitor to your old profession?
No. I'm an American citizen, and I used logic, reason, and the real facts about the safety of marijuana, and then I mixed compassion in with that, and I realized that 10 of my comrades crashing into a house at 3 in the morning after we threw flash grenades in the window to take mommy and daddy to jail for marijuana is much more harmful side effects than the marijuana itself.
Okay, I can dig that. But what if it's crack cocaine? What if it's heroin? What if it's crystal meth? It's the same hiding technique, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, but listen, prohibition never changes the demand. It only changes the supply. Changes the demand. It only changes the supplier. We took alcohol out of the hands of Coors and put it into the hands of Al Capone. There's a lot of people that would much rather be going to Marlboro to get their marijuana and even other drugs, but we've taken it out of the hands of them.
Okay, got the argument. Sorry. DVD, Never Get Busted Again, Judge.
Barry, let me ask you a question. How long were you a cop?
I was a cop for 8 years.
Okay, and you had, as I understand it, 500 arrests during the course of those 8 years? 500 drug arrests?
Yes,
800.
I bought kilos of cocaine undercover.
Okay.
I ran over 100 search warrants.
All right. My understanding, the way I figure it, is 300 felony arrests, 500 misdemeanor arrests. You had 5 a month misdemeanors, 3 a month felonies. Do you think that that's a significant experience that gives you the experience and the ability to make a commentary on the whole legal system that cops wouldn't die if we legalized drugs? I mean,
absolutely.
5 cases a month, and you think that you're going to change the system?
Absolutely, it gives me that because I'm an American citizen and I am experienced more than other narcotics officers.
And what
I've
makes
worked
you
in joint operations?
Well, look, $500,000 in assets in 8 years is nothing. There are cops in New York City who do that every week.
You know what? And as an American citizen, aren't you aware that you can change the laws? Why don't you just try changing the laws as opposed to actually trying to help the sellers of drugs? Tell me that.
We've tried for 30 years to end the war on drugs, and the politicians are not.
Well, you know what, sir? You know what?
Just because it's going to take true activism,
and this is activism.
This is activism.
You trying to help drug dealers?
You're going on the side of the
Give me a defense attorney, Mark Geragos. Mark Geragos, help us out.
If you're going to interrupt, I'm going to interrupt.
Okay, let me have Mark weigh in. But
let me just weigh in for a second.
Go ahead.
The guy's not doing anything that I can see that's illegal. He wants to make a statement. I'll tell you, this war on drugs is a complete failure. The criminal justice system is completely overloaded because of this idiotic policy that we have. And he's absolutely correct.
Mark,
but you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to get anywhere.
Are you
with this
saying that we should
effort.
legalize cocaine, crack, heroin?
Absolutely.
What about the drug cartels? What about the organized criminal enterprises that have greater gun power than the police departments? Are you kidding, Mark?
Mr. Smith.
You want to hold on for a second, Janine?
No.
Why am I not doing it? Problem by helping the seller.
Tax it, and then build bridges.
Solve the problem.
If you think this is good, Marilyn Monroe is reincarnated after this.
What's up? I'm Bo Deacons. Hi, I'm Roy Hill.